Hello everyone, this is Lais from Be Happy Now, and I'm here with my energy forecast for September. And it will be a very intense month from what I've been seeing and feeling in my meditation this morning. September will be very much the whole topic of 2016 actually. And if you watched my 2016 energy forecast back in January, I was talking about the energy of the number 9. Because when you add up 2016, that's the number, and September is a number 9 month, so it gets amplified in September, all the energy of this year. And if you remember well, I was talking about how the number 9 is the energy of letting go of new beginnings and endings, of major changes in our lives, not just external factors. For some of you might have just been something internal, that you decided to take care of yourself on a deeper level, or to start a practice like meditation or yoga, or to intuitively pick the food that feels right for you at the moment. So all these changes, external, internal, have been going on for many of us. And what I've been feeling too is that many of us are in a transition phase, and that's because we have been letting go of so much, and we have been working on ourselves, and we have been developing and feeling like we have accomplished something, but we are not there yet. And we don't know what is coming. We just feel something good is coming or some change is coming. And I feel it for myself too. Just a few months ago, I feel I was a different person. And now when I look back, I feel like I have grown in just a few months. And it's weird, but that's the truth. But yet I feel all these changes coming, and I feel there's a positive major thing that will happen very soon, and I don't know what it is. So I just keep patiently waiting, not knowing what it is. And I know that many of you are in the same phase, that you just don't know what's happening, you let go of a lot, and now you're waiting, for the good things to happen. So be patient. The messages I had in my meditation this morning is that there will be cause for celebration in September for all of us that have been doing the hard work, that have been letting go, and that just created space in their lives for something new and something positive to enter, because that's the energy of September. It will show to us what we need still to let go of in order to create that space for something new and amazing to come in. And it might be painful, of course, because letting go is never easy. It can be anything from, clutter in your home to relationships to a job. Sometimes we just feel like it's time to let go. It's time to create that space. And if you have been doing that this year, then just know that September will be a great month for this new energy to come in and to make you feel like there's a massive change, and it's something that you want to celebrate, and you might be getting applause, or like someone will recognize your work, or something positive will happen this month. But it's also a heavy month, and for many of us, karma will be popping up in terms of karmic relationships. In my meditation this morning, a person popped up in my head, and I knew it was about forgiveness, but it didn't feel right, because in this life nothing happened. That person was wonderful, very generous, loving, attentive. There was nothing that I felt I could forgive that person for. But I remember when I met that person the first day, there was this awkward feeling where I felt like I don't want to be too close to this person, and I was a bit afraid, and I didn't want to see that person again initially. So I was visualizing that person canceling, but that never happened. So we met again, and from there it grew into a very, very strong and nice friendship. And I'm very grateful for that I didn't listen to that initial feeling, because I just couldn't explain it, right? And maybe you meet people sometimes and it's just awkward, and you don't feel well in their presence, or you're in a relationship with someone where it's just so hard. And just know that the likelihood that this is a karmic relationship is very high. And by karmic relationship, I mean that we came in another life together, and we lived through karmic moments. There's unfinished business, things didn't end well. And in fact, I had visions this morning of a past life where I was a ballerina in Russia. And I loved my job. I know I danced every day, all day long. It's all I knew. But I fell in love with my male partner that was a ballet dancer too. He was married and therefore unavailable to me. And so I kept this longing in my heart for months and years until at some point we just started an affair. But right from the beginning, it felt awful, and I felt so empty afterwards, and I regretted it, and it was terrible. And I was thinking, all these years of longing for this, it wasn't worth it, So it didn't end well between the two of us in that life, not at all. And that's why the forgiveness had to take place in that past life. And the moment I understood, the moment I forgave for that past life, I felt so much lighter, and it all made sense to me why I had these strange feelings in the beginning when I met that person, right? And I know that for many of you as well, past lives will be coming up to be healed. So I'll be working a lot with past life healing in September. If you're interested, just drop me an email. If you want to understand your karmic relationships better, whether it's family, partner, or whoever, friends, I can investigate, or we can investigate together and see what's going on and heal that. And yeah, so September will be a huge month for letting go, for forgiveness, for resolving unresolved business or karma. It might not just be past lives, it might be, of course, also this life. And in my meditation, in fact, there were a few people that popped up that had wronged me, that behaved badly, and that I had already forgiven. But I understood today that forgiveness is a long process, and it's not something that starts just in your mind and then it's done, right? It's something we have to feel through. It's something we feel in our heart, and we can go deeper and deeper with each time that we actually spend time in our meditation forgiving someone. And that's what I realized today. It can always be better and deeper, and probably in a few months' time I can still go even deeper and be wondering, wow, it's still there. But yeah, the more we get wronged by someone, the more badly someone behaves towards us. There are real a-holes out there, right? Let's face it. The longer it will take, and you should take your time to forgive someone. It's not easily done and dusted. And of course, sometimes we just black out that person from our mind and continue our life and try not to think about it, but our body knows the truth. And when you meditate, you access your body's wisdom, your heart's wisdom, and your heart will tell you something completely different. So yeah, just take that time in September to see what comes up in your meditation in terms of forgiveness, or you can do a writing exercise. You can ask yourself a question, who do I still need to forgive? And then just start writing, see if there's names that pop up and write them down, and for what you would like to forgive them. Maybe there's people who would benefit from your forgiveness, right? Maybe, or maybe you have wronged someone in the past and you haven't really reached out to that person and said, listen, I'm really, really sorry. And maybe it's about forgiving yourself as well. So sometimes we don't stand up for ourselves, or we are not the version we would like to be. So even for yourselves, put your name down and forgive yourself for whatever it is that you did or didn't do. And I took a tarot card to help me with some guidance on how to forgive these people that have wronged us. And that's the card that I took. So here you can see it's a guy carrying a lot of burden, basically. And this is how we should see anyone who has wronged us. Anyone who behaves like an a-hole is probably someone that is dealing with his own shit or her own shit and is carrying this burden and is having a rough time or had a rough time in the past. And if we meet that person with more compassion and understand that everyone is working through their issues, not just them, but we are also work in progress, right? It might be easier to forgive them if we see that person in this light. And so September, if you did the work and you do the forgiveness work, there will be amazing shifts happening, especially if you do it on the 9th of September. So it's 999, right? it will be amplified. The whole healing will be amplified. The 9 is a very strong energy. It's a very strong number, and it's a very good number for new beginnings. So if you feel like you need a new phase in your life, you're ready to let go of the old things that are not helping you anymore, whether it's friendships or anything like a job, just know that in September, the energy will be great to make that shift, to make that change, to start something new. And not just externally, also internally, right? As I was saying, that it's a great energy to tap into a new version of yourself, to love yourself on a deeper level, to forgive yourself, to reach higher levels of compassion towards other people and yourself, or whatever other internal work that you're doing right now will be amplified in September, helping you to reach that version of yourself you would love to be. So I hope this little message helps you to identify who you want to forgive, and let me know via email. As always, I like to hear from you how it's going for you, or if you need any past life guidance. If you have any questions about karma, about karmic relationships, past lives, feel free to reach out, to email me. I'm more than happy to answer the questions. Lots of love. Bye-bye.